Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In the last little video about activity books, we talked about keeping the customer in mind, and your comments were so funny. You talked about how the books were appalling. People were charging $250 for activity book, just kind of like outrageous things. In this video, I wanted to go a little bit deeper on that video, show you some better examples, but talk about the two things that really matter when we're niching or niching down for activity books. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. I have been publishing on Amazon KDP since January of 2022. June of 2022 was the first month that I hit $1,000 residual. And I've made $1,000 residual since May 2022 in my Amazon KDP account. My biggest month was January of 2023, and that was over 11 grand. So these are two things that I really think about when I'm creating the book, and especially when I'm uploading and publishing. Hitting that submit button. Let's go. So here's two really good examples, and I have a 6-year-old son, so these were top of mind for me. And let me just move my photo out of the way so we can see the BSR on some of these. These are children's maze books. Okay, so these fall in the category of activity books, but the really cool thing here is they have their own category. And look how well they do in their own category. This activity book for 5 to 6 years old is 5,927. And then Totally Awesome Mazes and Puzzles. This is less niche. It's not by a particular age, but they're focusing their niche on the maze and puzzle. And the reason why both of these work is because they're focusing on solutions. Okay. And I'm going to dive into that deeper in a minute, but I want to give you a couple more examples. This is the airplane activity book you guys saw in the last video. I bought the road trip activity book. And this one actually goes from age 4 to 8. So it spans a little bit wider audience and niche. But look at the BSR, 1,431. So also a great book. It looks like this is the newest one out of these choices. And then this one, which I thought was adorable. This is a year old, and this is in pencil drawing, still considered activity book, okay? So this is interesting that these are all different categories, but they're still under the umbrella of activity books. And this BSR is amazing. Look at this BSR, 221. And look at, this is priced really well. In fact, the first and third, they probably need to bring their price up. It's validated, it's selling. They're going to want to anyways when January 20th rolls around and pricing goes up, okay? So one of my favorites that's really untouched and not talked about a lot is its own category, children's cut and assemble books. This is an important skill for kids. And I like that this is for younger kids, and they show younger kids scissors too. So all of these activity book authors have really nailed down these two particular things that I'm going to talk about. And it's, what do we need to do to niche down for activity books? And it's feature focused. You can see that they're all offering something that is not just, hey, open this book and stay busy. Okay. The first one, mazes, spot the difference, math puzzles, picture puzzles. Those are all features. Okay. 200 brain bending challenges, features. Okay. So the feature of just coming on an airplane and staying busy. Okay. 101 ways to draw cute stuff. And then obviously the feature of being able to cut all different shapes, lines, fruits for preschool learning. Okay. So focusing on features as a selling point of a book is importante because it highlights the unique qualities and benefits that set it apart, capturing the attention of interest of the potential buyer. You saw my recent video, I bought a road trip coloring book without seeing the inside because I'm going on a road trip. We do road trips in our house. We like being able to find these obscure restaurants on Yelp, or that someone, we're going driving across the country to go to barbecue. I'll take pictures, don't worry. I'll post it in the community tab. Feature focus allows you to charge more because you are focused just on one thing. You're not saying, hey, come into my bookstore and wander around for your child. All of these are very feature focused, and you're putting it on the cover, you're putting it in your subtitle and your title, and then you are sprinkling as highlights in your description. Amazon does no one talks about this, but Amazon does a really banging job at SEO descriptions. If you Google my name, I will rank first on Amazon before my website, before my Google, all these things. So Amazon takes it very serious to be very competitive, that the customer comes to their site to find things. So when you have those features and you spent time working on your activity book, be sure to talk about it in the description. It adds more power and oomph, and it just reiterates the customer's buying interest, okay? Another thing that it does is in marketing, it takes 7 to 9 touches to a customer for them to be converted with higher ticket items. Now, where these are like $9.99, $6.99, it doesn't take that many touches. So if you can focus on the features, you've got the cover 1, you've got the description 2, you've got the subtitle and title 3. Like those are 1, 2, 3, boom. That's why it's so easy for customers to buy quickly, and they use the buy now button, which is powerful. Okay. The second part, so the first one, right? The 2 ways. The first way is feature focused. The second way is solution focused. And what does this mean? Focusing on the problem the book resolves as a selling point is important because it addresses the specific needs and challenges of the readers, demonstrating its relevance and value in providing solutions and enriching their lives. So that's why it's so important when you make activity books that you are focused on a solution, because then you can talk about it in your book more. The road trip book was all about like road trips are hard on kids, and sometimes too much screen time is not good for them. And the description talked about this, you guys. And I was like, this sounds like this person's been on a road trip. When you can sound like you've had the problem and now you're solving it, that increases the level of trust. You guys know this as a coach, as a marketing coach. I've had problems of my account getting suspended, reinstated. I've had problems with my ads and ad fatigue. I've had problems of wanting to increase my income stream. So as I'm sharing these, I'm like, here is my YouTube video of the solution of this. Do you see the power there? So when you can be solution focused, then that really allows the customer to feel seen and heard. They're like, oh, Jenny knows what this is like because she's been there before. So when you focus on the problem that your book resolves by having opening statements like, tired of your kids fighting in the car for road trips, or imagine having the most amazing road trip with your children. Okay. Both of those are focusing on the problem that someone is trying to solve. That's the whole reason they're on Amazon. They're trying to solve a problem. We don't walk around saying, I have so many problems, but in a lot of psychological development that they do of human behavior, more people are running from pain in life than they are to pleasure. It's almost like, how painful can it be to be broke before we go build passive income streams? Okay. And some people don't do it because they're kind of comfortable, right? So once you start solving pain points in your life, then it does actually empower you to go after more pleasure. That's why we want all of our income streams to grow, right? So it's a really powerful thing that we can put in our books to help our customers by being solution focused. Now, a really important thing that we need to distinguish that I learned in digital marketing when I made my very first online course, which I still need to share a video with you guys about an online course. So run by me in the comments. Online course creation is the keyword you need to put there. Features versus benefits. Features refer to the specific attributes or characteristics of a product or service, while benefits are the positive outcome or advantages that users gain from other from those features. Features describe what a product has or does. Benefits explain how those features directly or indirectly fulfill customer needs and enhance their experience. Okay, so in previous videos, you've seen book descriptions where people talk about, oh, this book's 8.5 by 11. That's a feature. But like nobody cares unless someone says this is 8.5 by 11, large print, allowing you to see better and have a more enjoyable activity book experience. Do you see how I mentioned the feature and I drove it right towards benefits? Like, oh yeah, of course I want large print because I want a more enjoyable experience. So we don't want to spout out features without tying them to benefits. And we need to know the difference as we sell books because we want to be able to share benefits. People do not buy into the idea of if you're going on a trip to Paris, they're not most excited about the plane ride. I mean, little kids are, but you're excited about like having the French food and seeing the Eiffel Tower or whatever. And so that is the benefit of the airplane ride. Okay. The feature is the airplane ride, but what's the benefit of getting on a plane? You save so much time. So this is a really overlooked thing in Amazon as self-publishers because no one's taught you this before. I only learned this from offer creation and digital marketing. But I want you to remember that when you're building out your activity books because it's a game changer. If you want more personalized coaching for all things activity books, we're doing a masterclass for this. And we are doing a tutorial on ways to automate so it doesn't take as long, right? So the feature is the tutorial, but the benefit is that you're not going to have to spend weeks and months. If you're brand new to publishing, there is a learning curve. But even as a new person, you can jump in this class and learn tips and tricks to save you time. This is something that I'm hosting with Danny on Demand. You can find his YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description also or in the comments. But these are things that we have found that have accelerated our growth. And so we're doing a masterclass. This is Tuesday, June 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't come live, secure your seat because once the door closes the night before, we don't open it again. So we have a great community that asks great questions. So there's coaching, there's live Q&A, there's tutorials, and you'll have a replay that you can do at your own pace. And you have lifetime access to it. So please join us. It's jennyhansenlane.com/AIAB. That's the AI activity book. And it's a great way to accelerate your book income by making more quality activity books where you understand features versus benefits, solutions, and being able to solve people's problems. They feel seen and heard, and you're able to increase your bottom line. So thank you for being here, and thank you for always joining us as we are always iterating with KDP. There's always things that are changing, and you're growing as a person if you're sticking with it. So I just want you to know that I see you and I commend you. And YouTube's sharing this video, the next video. If you think it works for you, click on it. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Love you. Peace out.